Hello everyone, this is Carly from Create Mess, and today I am doing a planner history of my planners video. So I've got here beside me here I've got a pile of some of my planners from about 2010 onwards. I don't have all of them, but I thought I would just show you just a bit of an evolution of my planners. So the first one that I have here is a Hello Kitty schedule 2010. It's a lovely day schedule. And this is, I believe, about an A5 size. No, it's much smaller than A5. It might be, I don't know what size it is. But I bought this in Japan when I was living in Japan. Eyes open. So yeah, I was living in Japan when I got this one, and I was working in Japan. So this is just I guess like a student, like what I would call a student diary. It's what I would have used before this date. I was probably only using this kind of stuff. But this one is, go back to sleep. Okay, this one is pretty good. The layout of it is, let me see if I can find one that's fairly blank. I've got a couple of blanks. Here we go, here's a blank one. So the layout of it has the days. Ooh, it's not focusing. It's too bright. So the days of the week are down this side, and this side is just like a blank page. And here is like some of the pages where I've like filled it out. So you can see that I used it a lot. The way I would use it is here. Let me see. I would have my schedule down this page with the days of the week, and then I'd have like all my to-dos on this side, and I would like cross them out once they were done. Let's see if there's a page where I'm kind of, so it's kind of really messy, colorful, and I just use whatever pen, circling things, crossing out things that are done. But that's me. You know me. I'm a mess. I like to create mess. So this diary here is just really super fun. It's post-it notes that have been stuck in. So this diary served me really well, and that's all I needed at the time. It seemed to work for me. I'd have just my schedule on one side, and then my my big to-do list on the other side. It did have like a calendar that I'd cross off the days and write in special things. I actually just wrote in what school I was at the day, because I used to teach at a range of schools. Another thing that I did was, if you see down the bottom corner, I would cut off the bottom corner once that week was done, so that I could easily just put my finger there and open up to where I was. So there, that was my 2010 diary, my planner, and it worked well for me. Then I came back to Australia, and I actually got a Filofax. This is I'm pretty sure this is a Finsbury boysenberry. I could be completely wrong. Is it a raspberry? Finsbury raspberry? Let me Google that. You go to sleep. Did Mummy disturb you? I don't think this guy is going to go back to sleep, but I've done a quick Google, and this is a Finsbury raspberry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay, it's now the end of the day, and I've got to get this done. So hopefully we will remain calm. So I believe before I left that I was talking about this guy. He's my Filofax. He is a Finsbury raspberry. I looked it up on the computer. So this was something I got in 2011, and I've no longer got the 2011 inserts, but I do have 2012 inserts in here. And I didn't really end up... Oh, bless you. Oh, bless you again. I didn't end up using them so much, but here's some things that I... Oh, you gonna stay upright? Here's some things that I did have, if I can manage this. I'm juggling at the moment. I have a big year calendar like this, and I like, and that other side flips out as well, but I like that kind of calendar because if you can see at the start there, I was really diligent. I'd stick stickers down when I had exercised. So I do things like that, sticking stickers down for exercise. So I had that year calendar like that. And then I have, I then did monthly, I did had week on 2 pages inserts. And I also had then day on 2 pages. So I didn't end up using a lot of this. It's all blank. I used the 2011 a lot. And then I ordered the 2012 ones and stuck them in, but then I didn't end up using them. And the thing, I wish I could love the Filofax, this guy. I wish I could, but there's 2 main things that are stopping me from really loving it. That's the size. I really need a little bit more space. I've got such big handwriting, I think, that that I need a bigger size. I need at least an A5 size. And the other thing that bothers me is the rings. I'm left-handed, so the rings get in the way. And I'm just not a ring person, I've found. I really love the idea of, printing out my inserts and customizing my own inserts and sticking them in. Love, love, love that idea. It's just rings I can't do. And it's the same with spirals. I can't do spiral bound because it gets in the way. So that is a big shame. And that's why I don't really have any spiral bounds anymore. I just don't like them. So in 2012, which is what I've got the inserts for this guy for at the moment, but I ended up getting a big job, and I loved that job. It was a love-hate, but anyway, I ended up getting this guy for my job, and it is a huge A4. It's just a Collins brand, which is just a brand you can get at any newsagents here in Australia, and it is a day to a page. Let's see. Day to a page. This is really awkward with a baby. It does have the spiral in the middle, but I think you kind of need it with this book. And the pages are so big that I can write on the page without the spiral getting in the way. So with this book, I found I really started to develop the system that I'm using today. Let me see if I can find a good example. I probably can't. Let's just hold up this page. You're being a good help, thank you. So here's an example, sort of example. This is not the most professional video in the world. Okay, so with this page here, it's really heavy. Basically with that page there, you can, don't get upset, mister. with that page, I would highlight the things that I've done as opposed to cross them off the list. So that way I could see exactly what it was that I had achieved that day. Whereas if I'd crossed them off, then, you know, it might be hard to read what was under there. And it just saves me from drawing little check boxes and things like that as well. So highlighting to cross off, like to check off something that I've done. I also used a little bit down the side on this page. It's sort of not very, I didn't do much. On this page I've got two little ones next to some tasks, and they were to just link, those ones were to link some emails, but I used those little side margins there to link things. So if I just brain dump my whole entire list, and then I might put little E's next to all the emails that I need to send, so that I know when I go through my list that I can clearly see all the emails and do them all at the same time. And I also use that side bit to prioritize. So I might number things 1 to 3 or something, just to remind myself what what order that I wanted to do things in. Let me see if I can find anything else. Down the side as well, you can see there was the time of days, and that's just when I would stick in meetings and stuff like that had to go on at a certain time. So that's how I kind of tracked that kind of stuff. No, just trying to see if there's anything else. Here on this page is where I would, if you can see, I've crossed out things, and when I'd cross out things that I'd transferred to a new day, that way I knew that I didn't have to even look at that because it's been transferred to another day. In 2013, I had a similar planner to that Collins one. It was blue. In 2014, I moved on to this little composition book from the Daiso, called it my life planner, and I moved on to, I was very much influenced by bullet journaling, and also a bit of the DIY fish. So I've shown this before in other videos, but it is basically a bit of everything, not just my planner, but it has all kinds of things in it. I'll link down below. I'll put a link down below so that you can see a bit more of what was in this one. But in terms of planning, I'm just trying to find a page in here. Here we go, that's a good one. So I would just date it myself, put my to-dos in there. You can see there that I've got prioritizing, I've got some linking of things. I'd started doing this side. I started doing here check boxes. So here I've got comment on blogs, and then I just color in with my highlighter the little check boxes, so that I would know I was doing enough. So this was just a combination sort of bullet journaling and the previous stuff I was doing in the previous one. What I didn't like about this, using a composition notebook like this, is that I couldn't do any kind of forward planning with these, and I found that I really needed some forward planning. So that's why this year I got a diary. This one is just an A5 book from Typo, and in this one is a day to a page. So a day to a page. And I bought this in April, and I started off similar to before with just writing down my to-do lists in a brain dump, highlighting the ones that I've done and crossing off and transferring. Okay, sorry, hopefully this is not too a disjointed video, but I'm hoping to get this done. He's in one of those moods where he doesn't want to be put down, but he's not happy on me either. So let's get going. So this book here, I have a continuation of my previous thing where I'm highlighting when I've done something and I'm crossing off when I transfer it to a new page. And that continued for quite a while, but I found that I wasn't really sure how I was spending my time, and also I was slightly influenced by, I think it's the plum paper planner, something like that. I was influenced by that with their categories, and I really loved that idea of having categories. So in June, I started with a whole heap of categories, and I've just written them on down the page, and then I've filled out my to-dos with those categories. So I've rearranged them now. So now I've got them. So I've rearranged what the categories are from when I started. So I have been sort of evolving them as I go. At the moment, currently, I've got them. I've got exercise. I've got create, connect, business, clean, home, and meal. So they're the categories that I have, and I split up. Well, I write down, as before, I do a brain dump of everything that I want to do in the day, but now I split them, like I write them under their appropriate headings, like this, and that way I can see sort of what my focus is of the day, and across the week I can also see if there's something that I am neglecting. So I just find this, it's pretty much the same as before, but because I have the categories, I feel like I'm a bit more focused, and I can either evenly spread out a bit from each like category during the day, or I can make sure that I'm hitting them all appropriately across the week. So that is where my planner is at the moment, and I'm finding this is a fantastic system for me. It is working really well. I do have to spend some time, writing in the categories, and that's a good thing in that I can evolve them like I have since I started. It's a bad thing that it's a bit time consuming, but I can do it while watching YouTube or something like that. Now my time is a little bit more limited. It is a little bit harder. So I was thinking about maybe getting some stamps or something that I can just, like with little icons that can represent each category or something like that. They're just some thoughts that I'm having, but yeah, this system is working really well for me, and this book was super cheap. I am enjoying planning a lot, and I find it really handy to organize my day, and I'm finding it really handy to make sure that I'm including things in my day for me as well when you've got like a little one like this. So yes, this has been a super disjointed, Okay, this is the worst video in the history of videos, but I'm finishing it, I'm getting it done. It's taken all day. That was my history of planners through the years, and how my planning method has evolved through the years. And I will endeavour to update you with how it keeps evolving as well. So if you are interested in that kind of stuff, please do hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out. And give me a thumbs up if you like planner videos. Hopefully the next video won't be quite so much like this. But I hope that he's kept you entertained. At least he's kept me on my toes today. So yes, I'll see you all next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.